So we're back looking at the house. Now this is April 4th and we started building January 15th. So it doesn't look like a lot's changed, but you'd be very surprised. So at this stage, really what's happened is all the rough end has taken place. So we've got electrical, plumbing, HVAC, all that installed. So I just want to kind of take you through my experience with all this. So starting over here, now this electrical service is well, it's super special in the fact that number one, we're on 2 acres here, so we have a little bit more power allocated to us. So we have a 400 amp service, and it basically splits into two. So we have going into the house from the service panel here, we have a 200 amp service that feeds the entire house, and then this outside panel is another separate 200 amp service that is just basically spare power. So the inside service, and the reason we've done this is I'm going to put a whole house generator in. So tomorrow they're going to mount a transfer switch, an automatic transfer switch on the wall here, and it's going to feed a generator that's going to sit right around in there. And the gas line over here, there's a little fitting that's been added right here that's going to power the generator off natural gas. So that generator will power the entire house panel that's on the inside, and the outside panel will not be on the generator. So 200 amps on generator, 200 amps not on the generator. And the thing I like about this is that on this outside box there's a lot of room under this panel to run conduit. So I could, well, I'm planning on putting an RV pad here. In fact, yeah, my RV's here now. And I'm going to have a full set of hookups. So I'll have a 30 amp circuit out there. And in the future I'm going to build a shed or a barn, workshop, so I got plenty of power to run all of that, and that'll be non-generator backed power. The other thing about the generator, because it's going here, this window is a solid window, it doesn't open, and there's issues when you put a generator under a window that opens because of the fumes. So that's a solid window, so no problem there. And there's some extra circuits out here just to run the trickle charger on the generator and all that. So I think that's a really good setup. I think that's going to pay big dividends with all that. So coming around to the inside in the garage, so this is our electrical service. Now because of the generator, they ran all these service loops up here. You wouldn't normally have that in your install, but they ran all this extra power, all these loops in the power in all the circuits, so that if they had to move this panel around, they could do it without having any issues with the wires. So it's mounted pretty low. This is the panel that services the house. It's a 200 amp panel. They mounted it low because originally we were going to put an integrated 200 amp panel and transfer switch in here, and that panel was going to be kind of tall, so they made room for that panel. But then we kind of changed the plans. The supply is really difficult to get a lot of the stuff now, so we went without the transfer switch being separate. I don't know if they're going to raise this or not. It doesn't really bother me a whole lot, but anyway, this is all of the circuits for the house. These will all be generator backed, and you can see they ran up and over the RV bay. So that took a little bit of extra wiring. They got all the circuits in here for garage openers. They pulled all the little sensors for those, all the outside lights. Now the gas line comes in, as you would expect. We got a gas line, runs across, and it also runs up and over the RV bay. Then we got some heavier circuits as well for air conditioner, which that's running outside. I had a lot of plugs put in because you can never have too many plugs, right? Again, this RV bay, that's for the opener that's going to be here. There's going to be 3 lights in this bay. I could add more later. So you can see the HVAC has been put in. Going in here, we've got, I'm going to have a sink. And that's a light switch for a shop light. It's going up here, so we have a shop light and a lot of plugs. So this is my little workshop area. So sink, toolbox, and all, work area. I'm going to have an air compressor and the shop vac, or actually it's the whole house vacuum system here. So that's what we got going on here. This will all get framed in. Now this is, if you watched other videos of this project, you'll know that this foundation is a crawl space foundation and it's completely sealed. So this is a fan that draws air out of the crawl space continually, and it just pumps it straight out through the roof. Okay, so that's power for the vacuum system that's going in, the whole house vacuum. And then just kind of walking through, we got a lot of circuits just kind of crossing through the garage. It's good to know where all these are for future work that I might do out here. And again, lots of power points out here. Here's where all the door controllers are going for the garage doors. There's 3 of them. And then this is just all garage lighting. The center bay, the big bay, is going to be a 3-way so that you can open it from the other side of the garage as well. Then there's a Christmas light circuit. There's like 3 plugs for that. And just some overrides for photocells and things like that. They've really thought through this well. Just coming in here, got a light switch as soon as you come in. These are can lights, and these are like loads of these in the house. You can see the HVAC. Now, the HVAC is interesting. These return ducts, this return air, every room that has a door on it that closes has one of these return air ducts. And that's something that not a lot of houses have, but it's really important for, cooling efficiency in the house. So that might be something to think about. This is the master. Again, lots of plugs. Now these are all dimmable can lights in here. Lots of plugs. There's my HVAC for the bedroom. And on this wall we're going to have a TV mounted. So we got the low voltage antenna cabling there and a plug for TV. It's going to mount on the wall. There's a lot more HVAC ducts, vent fans, can lights. So all this stuff's been put in. Lots of work here. We got our sinks. This is a double sink, so we got hot and cold, 2 of those, and all the plumbing associated with the sinks. We've got power points, and this is going to be a vanity over here. So this is plug for the vanity, and there'll be a light that goes up over the vanity as well. In the shower, this is a big walk-in shower. We got a can light as you walk into the shower, and the drain, and all the plumbing for the shower, for the walk-in shower. And then we got a couple can lights. I was actually surprised at how much we redid. This is the walk-in closet, and there's not a lot of power in here. We just have some lights, a couple of lights in here. That's our main return air right there for the air conditioning system. Really good air conditioning system we put in here, super efficient, Bryant system. Now there was a couple things here that were wrong. They have to move the laundry here. The laundry here needs to be moved down to this area. They've already got the vent for the dryer moved, and then they got a big circuit here for the dryer. but this got changed as we were doing the walkthrough, so that'll get moved. This is the low voltage panel. So all the TV cable, Cat 5 cable for computers and everything's going to be here. And this will actually be behind the door in the laundry. When you close or open the door, you won't see that panel. But still easy to get to. And that's for the vacuum. This is thermostat control wiring, pocket door. There's some more ducting here for the central vac, ducted central vac. This is the mud room. There's just some power in here. I've had a light put in this closet, so when you open up this closet, you can actually, get a little light in there. So that's kind of nice. Now, this is, of course, our special round trade ceiling. There's going to be 4 lights going up in there and a big light in the middle that hangs down. Those will all be dimmable. And we got all our switching for that. More ducts. These doors are just temporary doors, and you can see all the circuits going out to the outside patio. So, kitchen, of course, there's a lot here in the kitchen. Now we're going to have an induction cooktop, so we got a 50 amp circuit that's going to feed the induction cooktop, but they also went ahead and pulled in a gas line. So if we ever did want to switch to gas, that gives us the option to go to a gas cooktop if we want. All right, so that was a good feature to put in, just in case, right? Again, you can see a lot of the ducts for the vacuum, and that's the exhaust vent that's going to go overhead here. This is where the refrigerator's going, so you got your water line for that and a circuit. Pocket door, this walking into the butler's pantry. And we have, again, lots of plugs along here. This is going to be all countertop in this pantry. So we got a working countertop, and this is going to be loaded up with we got a sink here with the window, another couple of plugs, and then this is going to be all floor to ceiling counters on this side. So looking back here, now we had one window in the entire house was delivered with the wrong size, so they finally got the right window, and this will be installed soon, maybe next week. The fireplace gets installed at this stage. So again, we're about 2.5 months into this build. The fireplace is installed. There's a gas line. This is a natural gas fireplace. It's vented out the top. So you can see that there. Can lights. And actually the gas line over here is like a little manifold that splits off. We have a barbecue gas line under the patio, then there's the fireplace, then there's the spare or future oven gas line. So then we have a den here. Our den is got a fair amount of power in it. We've got can lights in here. We've got a return air because we can close the doors and that, so that helps with the air. And quite a few circuits in here. This is going to be a big workstation along this wall. And then this little piece here, we've got quite a few outside hose bibs. So that's an outside hose bib. They make these big loops and then run it out to the front. We've got hose bibs on every side of the house. And there's some more low voltage over here. There's going to be a TV on the wall. Another vacuum area here. And then of course, our dormer, they've opened that up. So we have our dormer, and we've got a circuit up there. There's actually a plug up there too. But that's going to be for a big hanging light into this dormer. And this is our entry. Alright, that's a little hall closet, and then there's another closet here. And then we walk into the bathroom, and again we've got a couple of can lights over that shower. We've got another hose bib. Goes outside So that's a hose bib for that side. Toilet, and just some power, lights, all the normal stuff. And then this is the other bedroom. We're gonna have a TV just on a corner pedestal thing there, so there's low voltage for that, and power. Lots of plugs, crawl space, return air in this room. And here's the back of the fireplace. It's quite a nice fireplace, actually. Should be really good. So anyhow, so that's what you're going to expect. So we're 2.5 months into this build. We've got HVAC, power, low voltage. We've got plumbing. We're pretty much ready to go. Just show you really quickly out on the patio. And the front and the back are similar, but there's can lights all up here. And then in the front, we've got some night lights that are on photocells, and those are on both the front and the back porch. So anyway, that's what you can expect. 2.5 months into the build, seem like we're tracking okay. There's been a couple delays, but at the moment, it's looking really good.